Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Northern Soul Reaper. I hope that everyone is staying safe, staying indoors, reading lots of manga and light novels and watching lots of anime. Today's video is my monthly reading video for the month of April. This is going to go through all the different titles that I've picked up and read this month. But before we get into that, I've just hit 150 subscribers on the channel. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported the channel so far. It really means a lot. If you're not yet subscribed, but you like these kind of videos, anime, manga, light novels, please consider doing so. It's a great way to get the videos as and when they come out, and it supports the channel as well. It shows me that you enjoy what I'm doing, keeps me motivated to keep making these videos. Also, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll leave the tags on the video here and also down in the description below. So let's get right into the monthly reading video. Alright, let's get into it. So the first thing that I've been reading is a series that I've just managed to complete, bought all the volumes, and now I've just read the final 3 to bring it up to completion. That is Assassination Classroom Volume 19, Assassination Classroom Volume 20, and finally Assassination Classroom Volume 21. This is a series that I have thoroughly enjoyed from start to finish. I started collecting it a couple of years ago when I first watched the anime, and I knew that I wanted to add this to my shelf, and I've been slowly building it up. But over the last couple of months I made a bit more of an effort to pick up all of the volumes and give them a read as well. I was only up to about volume 9 a couple of months ago, so I collected all the rest up to volume 21 and I've now finally finished it. I have loved this series. I already knew what was going to happen because I've watched all of the anime, but reading it as well was just even better. I actually enjoyed it even more reading it. And yeah, volume 20 in particular really hit me hard in the feels. It got to a certain chapter, if you've read it and you know what's going to happen, and I just completely broke down crying. It was just unbelievable. Like, it just was such a build up to that point, and when it finally got there, yeah, it just completely like gut punch. Really enjoyed Assassination Classroom. If you're into your shonen manga but you want something a little bit different and definitely unique and full of heart and character, the characters in this series are absolutely fantastic. Definitely pick up Assassination Classroom. Alright, so the next thing that I read is the 7th omnibus of Fruits Basket. This is my wife's collection, and I've slowly been making my way through the volumes over the past couple of months. I've been reading it in between some other series. I absolutely adore this series. It's a fantastic shoujo slice of life with an excellent cast of characters, a fantastic plot that runs through the whole thing. Every volume takes you into the world of these characters and introduces you to new characters and the nuances in their lives, and it's just really fun to read and to watch all the characters interact with each other. If you like your shoujo and you like your slice of life, you cannot really go wrong with Fruits Basket. It's considered one of the best in the genre, and it's a reputation that it definitely deserves and is well earned. I definitely recommend that you give Fruits Basket a go if that's your type of thing. Okay, so the next thing that I've been reading you'll recognise from my latest haul video. I read volume 1 of Tokyo Ghoul, volume 2, volume 3 and volume 4. So I read the first 4 volumes of Tokyo Ghoul. I touched upon it a little bit in my haul video, but this series is excellent and the anime is really good as well. But I felt like when I was watching the anime, because I've watched the entire thing, that there were a lot of characters being introduced or plot points that I didn't quite understand, and I almost felt like at times that I'd missed an episode or I'd missed a character's introduction. But when I looked into it, it seems like the anime skips through a lot of the different things in the manga, so I was really eager to pick up this series and give it a read. These first 4 volumes came through from the box set which I picked up, you can see there, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. There's so much more depth to the manga than the anime. That's not to say that the anime adaptation isn't very good. I just think that the manga is an excellent telling of the story, and I'm really enjoying reading it so far. I've gotten up to volume 4, just finished that. It's the part with Shu where he is introduced. Absolutely bonkers character. He's definitely the character that you love to hate or hate to love. And yeah, the cast of characters are absolutely fantastic in this. I love Ken, and Toka is absolutely fantastic. She's definitely best girl in this series. I think she's probably my favourite character, and I'm really looking forward to picking up off the shelf and reading the rest of this series. Also, one of my subscribers told me that there's also been a box set announced for Tokyo Ghoul Re, so I'll definitely be looking into that once I've finished this series to be pre-ordering that or picking that up. So that is Tokyo Ghoul 1 to 4 that I've read. Okay, so next up we have Volume 8 of Laid Back Camp. This is definitely a series that I've spoken quite a lot about on the channel, and I just continue to love this series. It's just more of the same brilliant, chilled out slice of life camping with an excellent cast of characters, and also probably the best dog in all of manga. Just gonna say that. Yeah, this volume was really good. There isn't an awful lot that happens in Laid Back Camp, but you're there for the journey, you're along for the ride with the rest of the characters. This one takes them to another part of Japan where they have some wasabi ice cream and go visit some more hot springs. Some of the gang decide to drive to the campsite, whilst Rin, she decides to ride there on a scooter, and she has some little solo adventures on the way. And we also meet Rin's granddad, who gifts her some things as well. He's a bit of a camping aficionado. He's been mentioned in the series previously. We finally get to meet him in this volume. It's just one that I continue to look forward to each release, and it's an absolute joy to read. I could easily just sit in front of the fire and reread these volumes over and over again. I'm definitely going to do a reread soon because I'm now caught up, and I think I might do a review on the entire series for the channel as well, if that's something that you guys will be interested in. Yeah, Laid Back Camp Volume 8. Fantastic series. Give it a read if you like slice of life. It's excellent, really. So from one slice of life to another slice of life, I read Yotsuba and Volume 1. This one took me by surprise a little bit. I knew that I would probably enjoy it, but I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. Yotsuba is just a fantastic character, and seeing the world through her eyes is a joy. She's an absolute ball of energy, and she just positively impacts everyone that she meets. From learning about global warming to being in a thunderstorm and dancing around in the rain, to various characters getting stuck in the bathroom window because the lock on the door broke. There's just these daft little stories that are told through the eyes of Yotsuba, and it reminded me a little bit of The Way of the House Husband. Each chapter seems to be a little bit of a vignette, a little look into her life, and it was just an absolutely fantastic read. Definitely going to pick up more Yotsuba and to read soon. Okay, so the next title that I read is a reread of something that I've read before, but I read it again for review, and I actually read it twice cover to cover because it's just that good. That is Giganto Volume 1 by Hiroya Oku. This is absolutely fantastic. It follows two main characters. One is a young high schooler who is an aspiring film director, but he also has a bit of an obsession with an adult film star. The other main character is that adult film star, Papiko. She one day has an encounter that leaves her with a strange device strapped to her wrist that she can't remove, that allows her to grow her body in size. And at the same time, there's some other weird things going on. It's just a very strange sci-fi mystery series that's going on. If you've read Gansta, you'll definitely know what to expect here, but I really enjoyed it. With it being for older teens and one of the characters is an adult film actress, there is some nudity throughout the book. But as I said in my review, it doesn't detract from the experience. It's not over the top or self-indulgent. It kind of just slips into the background. My review is up on the channel. I'll leave a card for you guys to check out, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read about that, watch the video review of that. But I definitely recommend giving Volume 1 of Giganto a go. It's the only volume that's been released so far. Volume 2 is coming out soon. Yeah, just a fantastic read. It's something that I absolutely flew through. It's not that there isn't a lot of substance, I just couldn't put it down. And I read it through the first time in about half an hour, and then I immediately turned to the front page and read it again. Definitely recommend giving Giganto a go. So Giganto was actually the first title from Hiroya Oku that I picked up, but from there I wanted to go back and read some of his earlier work. So the one that comes to mind to everyone when you're asking and looking for recommendations is Gansta. This is the omnibus edition from Dark Horse, and I read all of this, and I didn't actually enjoy it as much as Giganto. I still enjoyed it, but just not as much as Giganto. I didn't really like the main characters. It tells the story of two high schoolers who are one day hit by a train, but they don't actually die as such. They reappear in a strange room where an orb gives them and some other people who have also died recently some instructions to go out and kill aliens. It's absolutely bonkers sci-fi action with a lot of egregious gore. You'll definitely know where Gigant is coming from in terms of the weird sci-fi mystery when you read Gansta. There's a lot of Gansta in Gigant, I feel, but I feel like Gigant is definitely a better title. I'm going to read more of this, but yeah, Omnibus Edition 1 of Gansta, read that. So the last manga title on my list of things that I've read this month is One Piece. I've been reading this on the Shonen Jump app because it's easier to take the tablet to work, but since I'm stuck indoors, I decided that I would read the volumes because they're sitting on the shelf, they're there, so I might as well read them, and it's a good way to keep track of what I'm reading. So I read volume 29 all the way through to 36. So 29 is the Skypiea arc, just coming to an end of the Skypiea arc. And then 36 is well on into the Water 7 arc. We're watching the anime at the minute as well, and we've just finished the Water 7 Enos Lobby arc. And yeah, One Piece is just another series. It's probably my favourite series of all time, and it just continues to delight with every volume. The characters are brilliant, the story is absolutely amazing, the world building in One Piece is unparalleled. I absolutely love One Piece, and I'm really enjoying giving more of the volumes a read. My aim in the future is to hopefully get completely caught up to current so that I can read chapters week to week in the Shonen Jump app. I've got a long way to go, but I'm enjoying the ride as we go along. One Piece, definitely a really good one to read. It's not too long and too daunting. I know that a lot of people get put off by the length of it, but honestly, if you just read a few chapters a day, you'll get through it in absolutely no time. And for $1.99 on the App Store, the Shonen Jump app is an absolute steal if you want to read it that way. And you can also probably pick up the volumes quite cheap, and I know that they do the 3-in-1s now as well, so there's always a good way to read it. And I definitely don't feel like it's too long. It's definitely one that you can just read in between other series. That's definitely what I'm doing. One Piece, give it a go, it's awesome. So the last couple of titles on this list are light novels. Right towards the end of the month, I really started getting back into reading light novels. I'd kind of left some on my shelf, neglected a little bit, so I decided to rectify that. So the first one that I read was actually digital, and that is Bottom Tier Character Tomozaki. This is a weird little slice of life series that tells the story of Tomozaki, who is a bit of a loser in life. He's great at one particular video game, Attack Families or Atafami, but he isn't really getting on that well in life. And one day he meets up in real life with his gaming rival, someone who wants to someday surpass him, and is actually a fellow student at his high school. And to be honest, she is disgusted by him. She can't believe that her rival, the one that she's striving to beat, has given up at life as just this bottom tier character. So this novel is her taking him through different steps to improve his outlook on life and to show him that life really is a god tier game that anyone can win at with the right attitude, and she shows him a few things. I really enjoyed bottom tier character Tomozaki. It definitely didn't go where I was expecting it to. It's just a fun little series about a guy who wants to get better at the game of life. There's a volume 2 and I believe a volume 3 coming out soon as well, so I'll be checking those out. I bought this through Bookwalker in a coinback sale, so I'll probably be looking out for these digitally rather than picking up the paperbacks, just to save some shelf space. I don't feel like it justifies a space on the shelf as of yet. So the last series that I read this month is So I'm a Spider, So What. I read volume 2 and volume 3 of the light novels. This is a series that continues to delight with every volume that I read. I've thoroughly enjoyed volumes 1 to 3. I've now got volumes 4, 5, 6 and 7 on order. I managed to get a decent deal on all of those, so they're coming soon and I cannot wait to dive into them. I've got a review of volumes 1 and 2 up on the channel now, and I'm soon to be working on my review of volume 3, so give that a look when it goes live. So I'm a Spider, So What tells the story of a young girl who is reincarnated after an explosion in her classroom. She is reincarnated in another world, but she's not a hero adventurer type. She is reincarnated as a spider monster inside of the huge dungeon that connects the continents of the world. And what ensues is her getting used to her new body, getting used to her skills and powers, and basically going through the dungeon, leveling up and evolving. But what makes this series really good and unique is that there's an overarching plot about the demons invading and stuff, and what you get is characters who are side characters but also main protagonists at the same time, and you get little stories, little chapters in between the spiders chapters that tell their story and give you the actual overarching plot of the series. And as the series has gone on, those chapters and those characters are getting more and more prominent, and you start to realize that there's not something quite going on with the timelines a little bit, and also there is definitely some connections between the spider and these characters. Don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic series. If you like your isekai, or if you're not really into isekai because they're all a bit samey, I would definitely recommend giving So I'm a Spider, So What a go. It has enough to stand out from the crowd. It's definitely unique. And if you're not into the light novels, there's a manga adaptation and an anime coming soon, so you could give those a go to experience the story if light novels isn't really your thing. So that's the last thing that I read, So I'm a Spider, So What, volumes 2 and 3. So that's it for this month's reading video. Thank you so much for sticking around. Let me know in the comments below what you've been reading. Have you picked up some new series to read? Have you been continuing on with an ongoing series? Have you finally finished that big series that you were reading? Let me know what you've been reading. Manga, light novel? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Find me on Twitter and Instagram and let me know there as well. It's always great to interact with you guys in the comments. If you liked this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. As I said at the beginning, it's a great way to get the videos as and when they come out. Just crossed 150 subscribers. If we could push that up to 200, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for all of the support so far. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Northern Soul Reaper, and until next time, goodbye.